Hi guys, today we're going to make the Zendaya Cardigan by Retro Sparkle Designs. I'm going to be doing the ruffle version with the ruffle sleeves. Make sure you are using a stretchy knit. This is a rib knit that I used here, and make a note while you're cutting your pieces that your grain line is going up and down and your stretch is opposite the grain line. These are the pieces that we're going to need. So we're going to need a ruffle bottom. We're going to need the two fronts cut mirrored, the back cut mirrored, two sleeves, these are the short sleeves with the ruffles, two ties, two bottom parts for the ruffle sleeves, and so first we're going to take our back and our two fronts. We'll go ahead and put our fronts right sides together with the backs, lining up the shoulder seams. Make sure that your arm edges are matched up. Those two curved pieces should be towards the inside. That's how you know you have it facing the right way. And then you're going to go ahead and sew across each shoulder to attach the front to the back. Now that I've attached my fronts to my back, you can see right there, I'm going to go ahead and open it up so you can see what it looks like. Next, I'm going to take my sleeves and I'm going to go ahead and line up the middle with that shoulder seam, and then take the side of each sleeve and line it up with that edge where your sleeve opening ends. And then go ahead and clip around so that everything is evenly matched. And once I've done that, I'm going to sew my sleeves on to each side, doing the same with both sides. I am at my machine. I've got my sleeve on top. I am gently stretching to attach, making sure that the edges are lined up so I'm catching both of the fabrics as I go. That's my shoulder seam that I just hit, and we are on to the other side. Now that we've attached both of our sleeves, we're going to open it up like so. Next, we're going to go ahead and gather our sleeve ruffles to match the width of the sleeve. These are my settings for gathering on my serger. I turn my needle tensions to about a 6. I leave my looper tensions the same. Go ahead and turn your needle length up to 4. That's your stitch length. And then your differential up to a 2. And then I just make sure that my stitch width is the skinniest it can be. And here we go. We're just gathering on our own. This has given me the most consistent results. Every machine is a little different. You will find what settings work the best for you. There we are, we're gathered. As you can see, my ruffle now matches the width of my sleeve bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right sides together, lining up the gathered edge with the raw bottom edge of that sleeve. I'm clipping both sides and the middle and just evenly arranging it. You will repeat this with your other sleeve and attach your ruffles to both sides of the sleeves, or both sleeves, I guess I should say. Here I am attaching my gathered edge. So I like to do my gathers on the top. Make sure your settings have been changed back to what they were prior. And I just kind of hold my gathers as I go. I am making sure that I am covering that gathering stitch so it will not show once everything is attached. This is what your sleeve should look like now if you're doing the gathered sleeves. I've attached the ruffle to both sides. Now we're going to go ahead and flip our cardigan onto itself. As you can see on the left side, I attached my sleeve wrong, but it is correct on the right side. I did go back and fix it. Make sure when you're attaching your sleeve, you're really careful about that armhole. So we're going to sew this side and down the sleeve and the ruffle like so. And I did fix that other side. Now we're going to go ahead and gather our skirt ruffle. So I'm just going to go ahead and gather the top just like I did for my sleeve ruffles, like so. Then you're going to go ahead and take your ruffle and put it on top of your cardigan, lining up the ruffle with the bottom edge. Make sure everything is just nice and evenly arranged, and then go ahead and attach it. What it looks like now that we've attached that bottom ruffle to our cardigan, I'm just going to go ahead and flip it right side out so you can see that skirt ruffle goes from the front panels all the way around the back. Like so. We are on the home stretch now. It is time to hem. We're going to start off by hemming the bottom. So I am just taking my bottom edge, I'm folding it over about 1/2 inch and clipping as I go. I hem with a cover stitch. You can also use a regular machine and do a zigzag stitch or a really long, straight, stretchy stitch. A double needle on a regular machine also gives it a nice finished look. This is what my cover stitch looks like. You can see I line up the edge of my fabric with my presser foot, and that gives me a pretty good straight hem. So just keep that lined up as you go. If your fabric is folded under about 1/2 inch, you should be covering that edge, but you can also lift up your fabric to peek. This is sped up quite a bit. I usually do not clip as I hem just because I hem so many things. You kind of start to get a feel for it. Okay, so now this is what our bottom looks like hemmed. That's what a cover stitch looks like, and the underside has a nice finished edge. Next, we're going to go ahead and prepare our ties. So take your ties, fold them in half, right sides together along that long edge, and you're going to sew down the side edges and the top. You can leave the top open if you find that easier for turning and then just tie a knot on the end. It is totally up to you. I'm going to show you both. I have a chopstick and a straw. I'm going to show you one way to turn. So you're going to insert the straw and use the chopstick to turn it right side out. Your other option is to use a safety pin, and I secure it to that raw edge and then I bring it through. But as you can see, when I get to the end, oops, I cannot get it out. So I cut that edge off and pull it out onto itself. We have two nicely turned straps now. There's lots of ways for turning. Those are two of my favorite methods to use. Next, we're going to go ahead and hem the sides and top of our cardigan. So I'm just folding that side and kind of neck edge under 1/2 inch again, all the way around. I'm also going to connect my tie at that time. So I'm just going to line up my tie like so, under like along that inside edge, and top stitch it around. And as you can see, I've attached both of my ties. Everything is hemmed and we are almost done. I'm just trimming that little strap that was hanging. We're going to fold under the edge of our ruffle on the sleeves. Again, I do 1/2 inch. You could skip this step if you prefer a raw edge. You could also do a lettuce hem. That would be really pretty. This is just the way that I'm doing it to show you. And once you have hemmed both sleeves, you are done. Thank you for watching, guys, and follow for more tutorials from Retro Sparkle Designs. I hope you enjoyed this cardigan.